I am live. What's good, people? For those of you who aren't on yet, let me see if I can turn this light up a bit. Yeah. Oh no, that changes the color. Oh no. There we go. One person. What's going on, people? All right. Friday night live. What's going on? 4 people. That's what's up. Keep them coming. How you guys doing out there? Talk to me. What up, man? Jason, what's up? The fuck is yo up? Is up, yo? Nothing much, man. How you doing? Just chilling. Was editing all day for my final and last video on my Philosophy of Truth series. So that's fun. How you guys doing on your Friday night? What time is it where you guys are? Hi, Hernan Garcia. What's going on? What is up? What are your thoughts on electromagnetism? What are the thoughts to be had on electromagnetism? I know electromagnetism. I've who was it? There was the theory of relativity that Einstein came up with, and then Maxwell, I think is his last name, came up with a theory combining relativity and electromagnetism. And what's that theory called? It has a lot to do with string theory. But what about it? What about it? 5:21 p.m. Oh, 5:21 p.m. Where are you in South America? Pedro, I'm assuming. What was the problem your computer was giving you? Oh man, that was a headache. So for my series on truth, the part 2, I did a 50-minute take. And I plugged my phone into my laptop, uploaded the video to my hard drive. From the hard drive, tried to import it into Premiere Pro, and it would not import. And when it did import, sometimes it didn't have audio, other times it didn't have video. And I was just having because every time I tried to upload it, it took like a half hour, 45 minutes to attempt to upload it. And then it just didn't work. And so I fought with it all day. And then when I finally got it to work, because I had to import it to iMovie, condense the file size, then import it to Premiere Pro. So when I finally did that, I discovered that it was only half the file, and I had to re-record the whole thing. So it sucked. What are your thoughts on electromagnetism? Yeah. So what do you know about electromagnetism? Like what's I would have to look back on the notes that I took throughout my studies on what that theory is about electromagnetism, but it has a lot to do with string theory. Well, not yes, electromagnetism, but yes, sir, Texas. Oh, duh, that's right. Okay. Man, I keep forgetting that the East Coast is ahead of time in America, the time zones. So hopefully this live stream won't be like last week, and it'll be smooth sailing, not a whole lot of buffering. What time is it where you live? 6:24. I live on the East Coast. All right, y'all. Well, not much is going on yet. So, since not much is happening yet, just gonna jam out. I don't think this is tuned. at all. Sam, Justin Parsons, Sam. Oops. Good Lord, dude. It's things like that which were partly responsible for why I haven't gotten a computer in a while. That the fact that I treated all my laptop desktops like they heavy duty. Yeah. Yep. You ever listen to Tash? No, never listened to them. Charles Xavier, what's going on, man? Force and motion, acceleration and inertia, natures from field. Eleni, hey, how's it going? Glad you're on. Force and motion, inertia, got it. It's been a while since I've looked at that stuff, but yeah, I don't have it. I know I have thoughts on it because when I studied it and read up on it, I was like, wow, this is like, but I just haven't looked at it since. Yeah, I finally made it to a live. Well, you were on one of the recent lives, right? Gold Coast, Australia. Nice, man. You're Australian? Jason from Australia. Hey, Laura, you made it. Glad you made it. You ever played a 12-string guitar? I have not. Actually, yes, I have. That's a lie. Corcoran, dude. Christian, man, I have been thinking about you because I text you and then I did not text back. I'm the worst, man. I'm so sorry. Rah, rah. Hey, everyone. Good morning from Australia. Good evening, America. That was not Australian. Hey, Nate. What a nice way to wake up. Love the guitar. Thank you. Appreciate it. I really was, but it's been 2 or 3 weeks since. True. You play acoustic too? Nice. Yeah, this is my not so great acoustic. It's just an Epiphone. I have an Epiphone Hummingbird that I have not been able to play for a while. No worries. We're all busy. Love seeing you. Hit me up whenever. Will do, man. I see your dad at the gym, and me and him have had like 2 conversations now. I think we're starting to go to the gym at the same time, so that's cool. Been here. He told me a lot about you and the house and stuff like that, and making a drum studio upstairs, something like that. That's pretty sweet. But I'll get back to you on text. Oops. There is a song that I really wanted you to cover. It is Dream by Imagine Dragons. I love Imagine Dragons. Whenever you can, it'd be nice to check it out. Yeah, I definitely will check that out. Dream, Imagine Dragons. We'll check that out for sure. Yep, sweet, man. What have you been up to since the Theories of How We Find Truth second video? So that's the latest one that I just put out yesterday. As far as I know, that's the latest one. So, well, today I filmed the third and final one. So right before this, I was editing it, and I'm doing other stuff than YouTube. I got a recording studio that I'm in charge of, Nation's Haven Recording Studio. So I'm working with my brother, getting a website up for that, getting like my portfolio up for that, and trying to find work on Fiverr with music stuff, whether it's studio musicianship, mixing, mastering, all that sort of stuff. So, and I'm taking a trip out to California. My sister bought me a plane ticket to California for my birthday, so I'm heading out there for a bit. How are you? I'm getting corn tattoo done. That's sweet. I see you post a lot of corn stuff on Instagram. 9 hours to be exact, so I'm excited. That's pretty sweet. I'm pretty good. I'm feeling good since my last doctor's visit, and my energy has gone up, so that's tight. That's cool. That's fun. I'm 33, born April. Play guitar. I'm an artist, painter, and write music, play drums, skateboard. Hell yeah, man. You might be my twin, except I wasn't born on the 33rd of April. I was born on the 19th of August. Play guitar, artist, painter. Well, okay, I'm not a painter. And I used to draw when I was a kid. I probably could have gotten good at it, but I just stopped because I played music. Write music. Nice. Play drums and skateboard. I love skateboarding, and I love playing the drums. But my buddy up there, Christian Corcoran, he is a skilled drummer. I'm just kind of an amateur. I like to play drums. I was born September 19th. Sweet. Month apart. That's what's up. Savage Kid. Nice. Well, welcome to the chat. The Spoiled Native. Sup, Paige? How's it going? Izzy, what's going on, man? All you guys, 10 of you, all 10 of you. 10 of the core group. What are you guys up to? What do you guys want to talk about? Some interesting stuff? Anything interesting? Wow. Well, that's great. Just chilling, watching American Vandal on Netflix. Well, that's fun. Do Do you believe that we exist beyond our own perspectives? Absolutely, 100%. I talk about that in this latest series that I'm doing on truth. It's the difference between realism and anti-realism. If you don't believe that we exist beyond our own perspectives, then you're pretty much an anti-realist. Well, I guess it depends on what kind of perspective you're talking about. Are you talking about our perspectives like our individual perspectives, or our perspectives like from Earth as humans, our perspective? But is punishment necessary if rehabilitation has taken place? Yeah, I'm assuming you're talking about criminal activity. Is punishment necessary if rehabilitation has taken place? Depends on how the person turned out in rehab. What was the last book you've read? The book that I'm currently reading is Far Journeys by Robert Monroe. It's wild. It is. I feel like I'm reading a science fiction novel, but apparently it's all real. So more thoughts on that later. Yeah, it's pretty trippy. Do you believe that everyone is not what they believe? Well, it depends. It depends on the existence of a supernatural or a God. If God is real and God does exist, who has it right? You know, and assuming that somebody in the world has it right, then they would be exactly what they think everyone is, or what they believe they are. But do you believe that everyone is not what they believe? But if we all got it wrong and the truth hasn't even been presented yet, then nobody is what they believe that they are. Or, you know, if atheism is right, then we're all nothing and don't really matter, and we're just going to fall asleep when we die. Do you believe it's possible that we don't exist beyond our perceptions? No. I'm a realist, and so I believe that objective reality exists apart from my mindset. Like, even if I didn't exist, that objective reality would exist. Some people don't believe that. Some people are anti-realists, and they're like, well, I experience reality, so reality wouldn't exist apart from me. Reality only exists because I experience it. And I talk about this on my last series of truth. I have no friends because I like wrestling the fake kind in Canada. Everybody love hot. You're Canadian, Izzy? That's pretty cool. I have a friend I have a few friends in Canada that I talk to. One of them I talk to regularly, and the other one not so much. But I had 2 Canadian roommates when I was at ministry school, so that was fun. What circumstances would you consider to be understandable for someone saying that they'd refuse to give someone a chance at getting to know them? You're welcome to use yourself as an example. So what circumstances would you consider to be understandable for someone saying that they'd refuse to give someone a chance at getting to know them? To be really honest, I don't know if there would be an understandable circumstance. I'm guessing the only reason you wouldn't, or you would feel that it would be understandable, is if they were a rapist, a murderer, someone who is running from the law, or, you know, one of those type of things. But even those people are still human. Like, you know, they still have a heart. And so I think by getting to know them, and maybe by conversing with them, that you would get to know the human that's underneath of that. So I don't know if there would be, for me personally, I don't know if there would be a understandable situation where I would say, I refuse to get to know you. Yeah, if that makes sense. It's called soaplism or something. What? I haven't heard that. Have you listened to Kay Reno yet? I have not. Maybe I have. Did you suggest it to me last week? If you have, then I think I listened to it. I was watching you before you started doing the pasta videos, and I saw your massive dilemma on where your channel was heading. Oh, Pastor React videos. Gotcha. And I saw your massive dilemma on where your channel was heading, and I felt for you, man. That really helped a lot, considering I was born in a Christian family, and gotcha. Well, I appreciate that you're still here, and I appreciate that you're still watching me, and you're still, you know, a fan of this channel and on my live streams. That means a whole lot to me. So I really appreciate that. Okay, so I found this one. Is life meaningless if we can live forever? Absolutely not. No way. I don't think that at all. I think it's pretty crazy that we, unless you believe in reincarnation, it's pretty crazy that we have 80 to 90 years on this earth to learn life. You know, I think that if we did live forever, we would life would become so much easier. Jess, what's going on? Long time no see. Life would be so much easier, and so much easier because we've experienced it so much. Because I think, so say we live forever, say when we're 1,000 years old, I don't think we would depend on knowledge as much as we depend on experience, because we wouldn't need knowledge because we have so much experience. And so I think a human that would be able to live for thousands and thousands of years would just become a more evolved human, of something that someone that has been that is really honoring this gift of being a human. And yeah, I totally think that the lessons that you can learn and the ways that that everybody could help everybody out by living forever would be massive. I mean, really, if you think about it, the reason humanity is where it is because a lot of the world changers who changed history are dead. Like, what if those world changers, like what if Martin Luther King was still alive? What if, geez, I think of Martin Luther King. What's another world changing historian? In a good way. I mean, Abraham Lincoln was shot. Well, so was Martin Luther. What if they were still alive? What if they didn't get shot, you know? So they were like, okay. I got an iPhone XR for my birthday. That's pretty dope. I got an iPhone 10. I want the XR, but I haven't paid off this one yet. There's theories for everyone, bro. What if the answer is the most simple one and we are just some conscious atom arrangements? Hey, it could be true, but then I think there is something in humanity that wants there to be a purpose to living, and so if we are just conscious atom arrangements, what's that purpose for living? I'm 12, just so you remember. Ah, yes, okay. Got it. Very, very fucking Christian. The growing up I was that rebel, and your father's insight gave me a lot of self-reassurance that I'm heading on the right path. Well, sweet, spiritually speaking. That's pretty awesome. I'm glad that he could do that for you. Do you still watch the Pastor Reacts channel, the new one? I found it cool that your dad seems supportive of your own individual views, even though he's a priest. Well, he's a pastor, but pastor, yeah. I absolutely love when you have him react, especially to NF, who I find to be an outstanding individual with a voice for every complex and dark world problems. Very true. Very true. I agree. Do you believe that everyone happens for a reason? I would like to. I would like to believe that. Or that everything happens for a reason. I would really like to believe that. I don't really like the word coincidence, but there's a possibility that, like, I feel like coincidence is a very atheistic word, which isn't a problem. But I would like for there to not be coincidences, if that makes sense. You're already a rebel for saying fuck. Yep. Half, I'm kind of outcast because of my personality. I've been called over the hill and stuck in the past. It's at odds with the people in my workplace who are keeping up with the Joneses types. I don't think I read that first message. Where was the first message? Oh, I'm kind of an outcast because I've been called over the hill. It's at odds with people in my workplace who are keeping up with the Joneses. 80 or 90. Shoot, my grandma's 94. Hell yeah. And still whiskey drinking and knee slapping fun. That's legit. That is legit. Do you live with your parents or does your dad come over to do vids? I live with my parents. Saves money because I have a lot of medical bills to pay. I hear what you're saying, though. A lot of the world changers never live long enough to see their world-changing ideas reach fruition. Very true. And they don't really favor critical thinking as a result. So I subscribe to this channel to hear someone talk about something with serious thought and not be caught up in pop culture idealisms. Well, I very much appreciate that, and thank you for subscribing to this channel because you like these deep thoughts. I've often thought of my channel, I'm like, man, do people like these deep thoughts? Like, should I change things up? Because where is it going? But I am glad that people do watch it and people get things out of it. So I'm definitely not going to change it up because it's who I am as well. So I'm right there with you. You're a misfit, just like me. LOL. Clever name here. You need a new name. Nah, I like it. Aggressive turtle. That's kind of funny. Great way to save money. Stay with your parents as long as you can, I say. Yeah. Yep. I wish I could still live with my mom. Mom. You're from England, right, Laura? I was gonna try to read that sentence in an English accent, but I'm afraid it might be too terrible to do because I haven't done it in a while. Well, I did it last Friday, but yeah, mum, I like it. The Missing Rabbit's Foot. Yo, that would be a good name, Jess. What do you think about 10-minute songs? Since my feed is filled with Tool recommendations. I like 10-minute songs when they're instrumentals. When 10-minute songs have lyrics to them, unless there's like an epic 3-minute guitar solo and you sing the chorus like 3 times every time, then it's okay, I can see that. But yeah, normally if I listen to 10-minute songs, they're like cinematic, orchestral, instrumental stuff. Yeah, haha. I can't tell if you're like, yeah, read it, or yeah, don't do that. Oh, yes, that you live in England. Okay, cool. My teacher told us to throw away the trash, and my cousin legit dove in the trash can. We both got detention because I encountered him. That's epic. I like it. My cousin dove into the trash. That's so great. That's my kind of humor right there. Then change the word coincidence for synchronicity. True. And I have looked into synchronicity quite a bit. And I did look into the synchronicity walk. I was very confused. I watched like 4 videos and I was like, I still don't understand this and what's going on. But Freebird is my favorite song near 10. Oh yeah, Freebird, of course. That's like the 10-minute song that everyone should listen to. Misfit Club. My favorite song is November Rain. It's 7 minutes long. I'm not opposed to long songs. I love long songs. Actually, the recent songs that I've written, when I first started writing songs, I don't think I was able to write a song that was under 5 minutes. And then I was like, man, if I want, my songs to go somewhere, I got to learn to condense these down to like 3.5 minutes. So that's when I started shortening my songs. Yo, Bohemian Rhapsody. Yeah. Of course, another long ass song that everyone should know. Paradise by the Dashboard Live, Meatloaf. It's a classic long song too. I haven't heard that one. That's a banger. Some good. SOMG. So, oh my God. Or did you write me to write song? Song. Oh man. It's a banger. All right, people, let's keep up the conversation. I did have 14 people viewing at one point, which is dope because that was more than like the last 2 weeks combined. I just started songwriting. I think they're okay, but I just started, so I feel like you would be like, these are fucking dog shit. Nah, man, not at all. Like, even if they were, you got to get that stuff out because once you do, then the good stuff will start flowing. Keep writing dog shit, and I promise you, you'll start writing hit songs. LOL, deep thoughts. You said, where's it going? It's going down. That was amazing. Just, oh, that's awesome. Thank you for that. That's great. My phone has a mind of its own. It's all good. Do you intentionally make yourself look like Jesus to please your father? No. No, I do not. Actually, my dad did not want me to grow my hair out. But I started to when I lived in California. And I'm taking a trip back there in 2 weeks, for 2 weeks, so that'll be fun. But yeah, my dad, even when I was a kid, he hated me having long hair. And I started to grow it out in California, and I kept growing it out here. And so now he's used to it. So what are your thoughts on Revelations? I don't see anything wrong with Revelations. Well, are you talking about revelation in the Bible, like the book of the Bible? Or are you talking about revelations like, I just had an epiphany or a revelation, as some would call it? I'm atheist. Throwing it in there, guys. What did I say that you were like, yep, nope, throwing it in the towel? So I did this thing a while ago where I tried to figure out how much an average American today would need to live as comfortably as someone from the baby boomer days. I used 1970 for this. Oh, I'm interested to hear this answer. I once read the word nowhere as now here, which is like the exact opposite, but a friend of mine got inspired by it, so she wrote a poem. So I'm going to leave it here just in case it inspired you too. I like it. I'm going to screenshot it because, yeah, I like it. Down is the direction of all thought objectively. What? People are constantly becoming more pessimistic, true, depressed, etc. Boom bap or mumble rap? What? Oh, man. Why, I can tell you for sure not mumble rap. I don't know if I've ever listened to boom bap. I write poems, and I love my poems, but I'd rather write songs, which I guess is the same thing. It is the same thing. It can be the same thing. I wish I want to learn guitar. That's the new dream now since I'm sober. That's awesome that you're sober. And awesome that you want to learn guitar. I've had writer's block since I got sober. Just write just like I told Izzy, I think, write dog shit and just keep writing it, and then you'll eventually get into the flow, and you'll start writing hit songs. I don't even know how many trash chorus, verse, just so much trash until I started to write something good. Takes a while. The Bible. Yeah, no, I think Revelation in the book of the Bible, it's so many people interpret it differently. And that's a book where if you don't look at it as a metaphor or non-literal, you are in serious trouble. Wow. I read mumble rap is awful, and I said trumble. You're in serious trouble, though. If, yeah, you read Revelation and you're like, this is all literal. I think it's all figurative. It's all non-literal. It's all metaphorical, analytical, an analogy. So I like it. I've read it a couple times. I like the poeticness of it. I like the imagery in there. I think it's super inspiring. There's a couple things in there that it's just like they're I look at the stories and I'm like, this is amazing. There's so much good in this. But then there's stuff where I'm like, what? So yeah, I like the 7 letters. I think the first letter was like my favorite letter because it was just like, wow, crazy. But yeah, music is the best when it has meaning. Very true. Boom bop is old school hip hop. Well, definitely boom bop then. Blackbird's Wrath. Dude, I'm looking forward to this answer. And what I found was that the average American would need to make approximately $80,000 per year or $38 an hour to live as comfortably as baby boom at the that's crazy, man. That's and that's awesome that you did that math. That's wild, dude. Mumble rap can sound nice like Post Malone. I don't think Post Malone is mumble rap, but you don't get that connected feeling. Hi, I am a non-denominational Christian, but I enjoy videos with your dad. Well, my dad is the pastor at a non-denominational church, so. Okay, thanks for the advice. No problem. God, I need to update my picture. My picture's 4 years old. 80,000 a year isn't a lot. Okay, you're rich. Bap. That's what I said. Boom bap. I'm 19 and I make a little under that. Yo, what do you do for a living at 19 years old? Post Malone is melodic rap. Yeah, that would definitely be a better way to put it. Well done. Well done, Izzy. For 12 years old, that's a very good assumption. Remember, when we're saying cool music lyrics, remember when we were saying cool music lyrics, this got to my head. If reason is priceless, then there's no reason to pay for it. I like it. Did you write that, or is that a part of a song? I've been writing a shitload. Keep writing, man. I think everybody should write. Whether it's journaling, poetry, songs, whatever. I think everybody should write. Internship for computer science. You get paid $80,000, a little under $80,000 a year for an internship. Yo, that's amazing. More power to you. Patricia, welcome. First time I've been able to catch live chat. Really enjoy your videos and think you are very talented. Well, I very much appreciate that, and I am glad you're here. And yeah, welcome. We talk about everything here. So get ready for some wild conversation. We live in Texas, family of 4 with home. My husband works for Dell. He makes low 6 figures. We have paid off cars, low credit. That's pretty cool. It's part of a song. I wouldn't write that good. Ah, nah. It's not that difficult to write things like that, honestly. You just have to give it thought. Go find out what jobs make that amount of money. Find out what you need to do to get that job and think about how much times that would charge. All right, y'all. This light is too much for me to handle. That's better. Most great writing comes from the heart, I reckon. Yeah, comes from the heart. Most great writing comes from the heart. I don't know. Sorry, that's probably annoying to you to hear that, but I like practicing. If I was doing something for internet security, I would make anywhere from 35 to 45 an hour and up to $100 once hired, depending on your specialties. That's wild, man. You are blessed. At 19 years old, you are very blessed. Come straight out from the heart. No, it's all good. Sweet. Stone Cold Steve Austin. If you don't know that name, I will track you down. Yes, I know that name. Thank you. Patricia. I make $20 an hour right now for the internship. Man, you got a solid internship going on, dude. There's a lot of internships that don't even pay. That's awesome. I have to leave for dinner. I want you to check out a guy named Josh. His YouTube channel is the Plumbed Serpent. He live streams on philosophy, and he is a deist, I think. That's interesting. I'll have to check him out. Wow, that is mad good work. Sitting at the airport waiting to go home. Where's the airport and where is your home? I mean, a lot of it, I think, has to do with being computer science. Yeah, anything in that field is, yeah, bad need of workers. I'm in. What are you into? I missed it. Missed something. I just do basic programming and shadow a lot. That's crazy, man. You are very blessed. Got to attend my weed plans. I like it. Go attend them. I'm in bed watching Netflix. Recommend anything good? If you have not watched Dead to Me, watch it. It's the best show on Netflix right now. I think it's one of the best shows, well put together shows I've ever seen. It's fantastic. Who is your favorite band? What genre of music do you like best? My top 3 favorite bands would be Under Oath, which is they are a hardcore metal band. Would be 30 Seconds to Mars. They're like a heavy rock band. And the older Justin Timberlake was super inspiring to me. Now a lot of producers like Kevin Garrett, John Bellion, who else? Oh man. But I love really heavy metal music. Jess, I figured your Wi-Fi crapped out, so yeah, I like really heavy metal music. I like hard rock. I like symphonic, cinematic music. I like singer-songwriter music. I really like everything. So and I have like my favorite artists in each genre. So it's really hard for me to like say this is my yeah. Have you heard about postmodernism? Yes. And so I talk about the postmodernism theory of truth in my latest video. Atlanta Airport, South Carolina is home. Had to come here for work. Well, that's pretty cool. South Carolina, so you're on the East Coast. East Coast, that's where I'm from. East Coast of the United States. Is rationality the path to certainty? I don't think so. Personally, I don't think so. I think the path to certainty is rationality mixed with experience. And that's the path to certainty. I just came up with that in my head. I'm pretty sure I agree with that. How old are you, bro? Just turned 25. These music genre names, man, they just keep coming. It's true. I'll check it out after this live stream. Thanks, no problem. Yeah, honestly, the Dead to Me thing, man, as soon as I finished it, I was like, where is season 2? This show was so good. He will be live stream 13th, called the 13th Hour tonight. He studies hours a day on the levels of religions and philosophy. That's pretty sweet. You know what, Lost Taco? I figured that was the case. If you would, that you wouldn't have that internship unless it was because of one of your parents. I never realized how important networking was until I got into a serious job. Yep. Nice. We're gonna get along just fine. Hell yeah. No. Postmodernism. No, I have not heard of postmodernism. Look up the Twitter page Hogwarts Logic. My friend, I in high school made and owns that account as well as a few others. And the last time we talked to him, $30K a year. What? That's wild. Someone saw his PayPal account by accident senior year, and he had like, that's crazy. Where do you live? The Lost Taco? Also, Josh writes and produces his own rap songs and videos on his channel. That's pretty dope. Luli, how's it going? Pretty little Luli. Hey, Nate. Made it to the chat. Can't believe it. Have you ever heard of Richard? Yes, I have. If so, what do you think of him? You know what? I'm going to double check on Google if this is the same guy that I know of and that I keep coming across in all of my research. Richard Rohr. Spiritual writer, French, based writer in New Mexico. Nope. This is not the guy that I thought you were. I have heard of him. But I've heard of him, but I haven't researched him. So I wouldn't be able to tell you. I thought you were talking about Richard. I think his name is Rorty, who is an American philosopher, and I don't really like his stuff. So I thought that's who that was. But no, I don't. I've heard that name, Richard Rohr. But yeah, I don't know much about him. Minnesota. Oh, okay. You play Mortal Kombat? Dude, I haven't played video games since like middle school. Do you have any opinions of Roger Ebert? All right. Is this that dude that people keep asking me about that? I'm going to double check. Film critic, historian, journal. No. I do not have any opinions on him because I don't really know who he is. Savage Kid, hi. I think Jess died again. Yeah. Rest in peace. It's basically taking postmodernism, saying it's got some value, and then taking pragmatic theory of truth, or Tarski's theory. Essentially, it's using the idea that nothing matters as a starting point for truth. Huh. That's interesting, because the pragmatic theory and Tarski's theory aren't closely related. So it would have to be one or the other. I put you some links under your last video on truth. Well, yeah, I'll definitely check those out. Did you get a chance to check out the trailer of Sunset Limited I sent you? I have not. I apologize. And welcome. I don't know if you've commented yet, but welcome. I think is who you thought they were asking about. What are your thoughts on Jordan Peterson? I love Jordan Peterson. Most everything that he has to say, I think, is pretty solid. I really, really like him. Really like watching his videos, listening to all of his videos. But having said that, when you start to ask him about his personal beliefs, he's very ambiguous. Like, he doesn't mind talking about other people, concepts, this and that. But when, in the videos that I've seen, when he starts talking about his own beliefs, they're very abstract, very ambiguous, and it seems like nothing's super concrete with him, which I don't know how I feel about that, but I do know that from the things that he's talked about and said about philosophy or the modern world or whatever, I normally agree with him. And I'm like, these are pretty solid points. What about people who claim to experience God and rationalize that through religion? Does that make it certain? I don't think it makes it certain, because in that situation, Charles Xavier, in that situation, when people would experience God and rationalize that through religion, I don't think that's rationalizing. I think that's them taking an experience and saying, this coheres with this sect of society. This coheres with that sect of society, and so I am going to just believe that. Which I don't really think that's really what rationalizing is. I think rationality has to, like, in order to really rationalize things, you have to step outside of your belief system and others' belief systems and say, where'd your comment go? Yeah, step outside of other belief systems and then say, okay, what actually happened here? So what can I say is actually the truth of this is what actually happened here? And so I don't think that would be that would be correctly rationalizing things. The search for truth is the truth, is what I'm saying. Yeah, no, I agree with that. And that's, Ian, that's actually what I talk about in my part 3 of the series. Specifically his biblical series. I have not seen his biblical series, but now since I know about it, I want to check it out. What was the biggest pain in the ass repair or replacement you had to perform on your guitar? The biggest pain in the ass repair and replacement that I have yet to do is the bridge on my acoustic goes wah, and it's not something that you can just glue down. It's like they gotta completely take it's like a $300 fix, and I might as well just buy a new guitar. Postmodernism says at least that what I get from it. Okay. I wish you'd do more videos on physics. Like, you got into the entanglement theory, but I wish you expand. B. Maybe I will. That's a good idea. I don't know how many people are into like the super specific videos I do on science and physics and stuff. I'd like to. I love studying physics. I gotta go. Food shopping awaits. All right. See you later, guys. Nate, I'll see you on Instagram. All right. Sarah, peace out. See you next Friday. Have a good night, guys. See y'all next week. If you don't have a label deal, I shall sign you if I make it. Sweet. I put all my video on Spotify through DistroKid, so I have my own label. It's Nation Haven Music. So once you have let go of all your beliefs and the only thing you can believe is that you doubt almost everything, you too can really learn. I agree. I've been listening to some podcasts of some guys you might love to talk to. I'll check who they are and send you their names. Sweet. Luli, what did you think of the podcast that I was on? Because I know you listened to the 2 podcasts, and I'd love to hear your thoughts. Have you heard of the TARDIS paradox? I have, and a mathematical equation that creates matter from nothing. It makes you question if we can count on mathematics being factual. That's very interesting. I don't think I have heard of that, but now I am definitely going to look that up. That is something I want to know about. You can't impose that name on me. Clearly, you like my name. Question is, why do you want me to change it? That's who that guy is. Ebert. Yeah, I don't like that critic then. Like your name. I've only called you it once. I'm sure you've discussed this before, but what do you think will be the future of music as a field of work? Oh, it's going to be seen as so much more legit. It's going to be seen as an actual field that when kids tell their parents, I want to be a musician, it's not going to be something that's like, that's going to be so tough. That's going to be so hard. You're not going to make it. I think in the future of the music industry, people are going to be able to say, I want to be a, self-made musician. And people are going to go, okay, like you can do it. It's going to take work, but you can do it. I think it's becoming a lot more legit. Okay, I have a lot of thoughts. I wanted to be there discussing everything with you guys. I loved it. So, okay, let me remember. Cool. You really loved listening to Sasha. So, wouldn't call me Jess if my name was missing around my foot. Do you believe everything is made up by humans? Nah. No, I don't think humans made the universe. But I don't know if that's what you mean. So you got to be a bit more specific. All right, guys. I will be right back. Oh, yeah. How y'all doing? What podcast were you on? I was on, Colton. Sweet, man. Glad you're here. Have you been commenting? Was that the first comment? I was on the Self-Development podcast, and I was on the Theology and Progress podcast. So look those up because It was I really enjoyed being on both of them. Hello, people in the comment section. Nope, nope, Jess. That's not why. Theology in progress. Lily, I don't think you gave your thoughts yet. Or just let me know on Instagram. Just message me all your thoughts, because I know you probably can't put all those thoughts on here. So that's my first post today. Well, if you have been watching, then I'm glad that you've been watching. So, but if you haven't, then welcome. You look like young Jesus. I get that a lot. I wonder what people are going to say when I cut my hair. Literally, it doesn't matter. So, all right. When I graduated high school, I had in high school, I had like Bieber hair, like, emo cut hair. Well, the hair Bieber had when he first became famous. So I had that kind of hair. So, and I had no beard, obviously. And everyone was like, you look like Justin Bieber. And then there was High School Musical before that, and I had long hair, and they were like, you look like Zac Efron. And then I graduated high school, and I cut my hair off, and I shaved my face, and that's when Channing Tatum started blowing up, and everyone's like, you look like Channing Tatum. And it literally, like, I guess I just have one of those faces that when people look at my face and then they look at someone famous or something, they're like, you look like him. And I'm like, that's not a bad thing. I want to be an actor, but yeah, I get those kind of comments a lot. What is more tragic, being an unintelligent, loyal, and hard laborer, or being intelligent yet lazy and careless? Intelligent but lazy and careless is definitely a lot more tragic. So who made the universe? Beats me. It's all theories. What are your thoughts on the Change My Mind series by Steven Crowder? I actually love those series. He, in a couple of those Change My Mind videos, he stands up at college campuses and he teaches how to argue philosophically, probably better than most of the professors at those schools. And he teaches kids how to think, and I love it. You look like short hair, Jesus. That's funny. Why eggplant emoji? Well, I think you finally deserve a you look like Nate and not as someone else. Hey, that's the best compliment I've got so far. Or I guess I'll know I made it. Like, and everybody tells me, even they're like, hey, look, it's PewDiePie, or whatever. I'll know I made it when I start seeing comments of like, hey, you look like the Philosophical Misfit on other people's channel. Then I'll know. Then I'm like, I did it. I love the fact that I can't type everything. Nate, you indirectly said you wanted a long voice message. Sounds like a plan. That is exactly what I said indirectly, and I'm looking forward to it. I am now looking for the Richard Rohr core info you might like and the people around here. Sweet. Teal or red? Huh. So those two colors you can't even compare the two. They're just totally different. I like it when people wear teal because I always have arguments with people. They're like, you like my green shirt? And I'm like, it's blue. They're like, no, it's not. It's great. Child in Time by Deep Purple. Huh. Phil Bill. I like it, Phil Bill. Just type live chat and presto, I arrived on your site. Sweet. Wow, where'd your comment go? So, what'd you cooked up for me? Meat's hungry. We're talking about everything, man, but I'm glad you're here. The Lost Taco, that's what's up. Clever name here equals the missing rabbit's foot. Dude, The Lost Taco, you are a champion. Don't think it has to be someone powerful to make a universe. I don't believe it just happened out of nowhere. Yeah, I mean, you can't create something out of nothing. That's fact. But we don't know what created something. It appears that there was nothing, but even Stephen Hawking had these equations in the works that showed that I don't think he finished it before he died, but it showed that before the beginning of the universe, there was something. My hands are so swollen today, I can barely hope my phone. Ugh, I just really want to go back to bed, but I love you guys. Why are your hands swollen? OMG, that happened. Yes. Megan Fox or Scarlett Johansson? Scarlett Johansson all the way. I mean, they're both foxes. They're both very attractive, but Scarlett Johansson all the way. Sweet Dreams by is a favorite thinking song of mine. Nice. Margot Robbie. Yes, Margot Robbie. I have a poster of her. I love Margot Robbie. I've bagged people tell me I like Scarlett. My daughter's name is. I'm guessing you're trying to say you've had people tell you look like Scarlett. My daughter's name is Scarlett. That's pretty cool. I'm sorry, but I think it's funny I have to say this. I know when you're reading my comments, when you start swinging your head kind of like a pendulum. That's awesome. That's great. Swinging my head like a pendulum, like reading back and forth like this. That's awesome. Do you think that the Weather Channel and Aquafina water are connected during hurricane season? What? Is that like an actual like theory? You kind of look like a long-haired, bearded virgin for definitely not that. Version of Roger Fenler with glasses. That's a good thing. All right, I gotta look this dude up because I've never had that before. I've had a lot of. Oh, cool. All right. I wonder if you would think that if I. He looks like Joaquin Phoenix, kind of. I mean, that's cool. Tennis player. Sort of old, yes. Sniped up. Woo. Jackie. Pork or beef? Grass-fed beef. You dude, long-haired bearded version. Yeah, I know. I did not mean for that to come out in that way. Now do I look like him? I don't think so. I'm gonna have to put these glasses back on. Uh, I look pretty different with my hair up and no glasses. Bearded version. That's great. Tennis player. Now who's assuming? Me. Assumption's my middle name. Have you ever thought about where our thoughts originate from? Yes. Objectively, we can say that thoughts emerge from neural processes and that neural processes come from everywhere. Well, actually, people don't really know where thoughts come from because you have to link consciousness to those things. There's so many gaps and holes in consciousness. We understand as much about the universe that like just as much as we know about the universe, we know about consciousness, and we don't know a whole lot about the universe. We know of like 5 to 10% of it. What food and drink would you eat and drink for the rest of your life with no health problems? Oh God, with no health problems, probably. Like mixed greens and nuts. I don't know. I can't stop laughing. Why? Because of the virgin thing? I didn't die. I'm looking. Okay, good to know. Man, I'm feeling a little trolled by this taco entity. I agree with you, Jess. I think he's trolling hard. Yep. Try a Swiss accent. I don't know how to do a Swiss accent. I actually had a Swiss roommate for like 2 years, so I should know how to do a Swiss accent. But I think if I would try to do it, it would seem like I'm insulting people, which I don't want to do that. Do you think the Weather Channel is with the Illuminati? I don't know, probably. Where our thoughts originate from is the type of thing I think about during my idle time. I've thought about it. I don't give it serious thought, but well, I am, but I care. Lost Taco, you seem like a good dude, but you got your down moments. Do glasses shrink eyes, or it's just our perception since glasses make them look bigger most of the time? I don't know. Here's my eyes with glasses. Here's my eyes without. Man. These aren't prescription. They're just blue light. So, like, if you need to talk about it, then I can do that. But I'm sure you'd have better people for that. Which channel that fell from grace is the worst? MTV History Channel or TLC? History Channel. Also your least positively react. Far better than anything in those channels have. We all dare you to shave your hair and eyebrows off. Forget the beard too. I would look like a 12-year-old. Probably. Baby back ribs out of the oven. Yo, you do live in Texas, don't you? Dude. They don't I study psychology and thought and language, for example, have no beginning. Yeah. I drink breast milk. Oh my God. Avril Lavigne. Oh man. That's all you, bro. I'll take Margot Robbie all day. What are your thoughts on the moral argument? Do you think that is a stretch or is there some validity to it? I think it's a stretch, personally. I think it's a stretch. Yeah. I think most of the philosophical arguments for God are a big stretch. Oh God, I can't write here. My grandma just looks like. Sexing you at the same time brings out my protective and my naughty side at the same time. Wow. Like, holy. Well, yeah, that's all you, man. Now you're a dead ringer for Clint Eastwood without glasses. Like I look like Clint Eastwood? I mean, I'll take it. See, this is what I'm saying. Like I look like everybody. I guess I just have one of those faces. MTV. You know what MTV originally stood for? Metal TV, and then music TV, and now it's something completely different. Influences on Roa outside of Christian sources include Buddhism, Hinduism, Gandhi, Carl Jung, spiritual dynamics, and integral theory. That's awesome. Yeah, I'd love to learn about this, dude. This chat is something. That's real. Jackie, what is going on? I don't think you've commented yet or before, but welcome. If you've been watching, that's amazing. Jackie, you're quite something for being here. Do you agree with the idea that the Big Bang Theory is blackface for nerds? What? Blackface for nerds? I don't even know what to think about that, honestly. I am currently committed to a specimen of the male gender, but I am a bit out of there, won't deny it. I love how you worded that. I am currently in a committed. Oh, I am currently committed, not am in a committed. God, I can read, I swear. I am currently committed to a specimen of the male gender, but I am a bit out there, won't deny it. I like it. Family Guy or American Dad? Probably Family Guy. Jackie, don't worry. If I was seriously hitting on you, I would have said something way better. Oh, man. Best way to put it. I love it. Hey, that's a fantastic way to put it. NF or Eminem. Don't compare the two because they're both legends. Well, I should say Eminem is a legend, but NF is talented. Nah, dude. NF, no. NF over Eminem, really? Over that icon? Eminem is an icon. NF is a very, very talented rapper. He could turn into an icon. But yeah, I am 53. I watched MTV when they showed MEN at work videos and had VJ's host. Headbanger balls on the weekends. Yeah, for real. That was the old days. NF will be a legend. Probably NF. Seriously, you guys are like, NF is so much better than Eminem? Really? Wow. I think I have one of these faces too. I remember when I entered junior high school, the very first day I had around 4 people ask me if we knew each other or something. I knew none of them. It happens. Prince or Michael Jackson? Michael Jackson. NF or Kenny? What? Who's Kenny? Who's NF? He's a rapper. He's a good one. I'm not American, so I have no idea who NF is. We'll look NF up right now. Well, do you like rap and hip hop? Because it's good stuff. Slim Shady or M? M. May I just ask how a taco becomes lost? That is the question of the night. Yeah, because normally nobody would lose a taco. Is it a case of inner depression announcing itself through his username? The world may never know. Jackie, you are welcome on this live stream at all times. Just from the few comments I've seen from you. Yeah, I like you. You're hilarious. Outcast, who? The Search. No. Kendrick Lamar. Yeah, he's dope. I know NF. I was being bitchy. All good. Thank you. NF. Why did you leave us? So sad cry every time. Yeah. It's so good. So good. Nickelodeon or Disney? Oh man. I honestly, I gotta say Disney. I feel like I am picking like from the ones that I'm picking, everyone's picking the opposite. No, madame. I happened to make this name when I was but just a boy of 7 years. Oh my God. Depression was not a part of my life at the time, but he's depressed now. So, Tom McDonald? What? Prince was the original before M? Who knows Rock? Yeah, not me. I don't know who that is. Tupac is a legend. M is a goat. Oh yeah, no, Tupac is a legend. I just love the whole like thing of goat. That's hilarious. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Jackie. Guess I started early. I think this group deserves a real life reunion at some point. Hey, I'm down. Just saying. Cool people having coffee and tea and gluten free buns. Oh my God. Yes. I think it would be amazing. Oh, and sugar free for me. Yes, absolutely. It does need to happen. Hey, if this YouTube channel ever blows up and I go to one of those YouTube Comic-Con things, I better see y'all there. B.I.G. or Tupac? Probably Tupac. I saw Easy E, Digital Underground, NWA in concert. Well, that's cool. I had a good family. Not everyone's so lucky. I'm sorry. Yeah, I had a good family too. Dad's a pastor. David Bowie was the original showman. Or was it James Brown? James Brown is so sick. Or maybe Frank Sinatra. Somebody help me out here. James Brown, I'd say James Brown. Did somebody say coffee? Yes, coffee. And I'm drinking my Think Juice. If you guys didn't watch my latest video, this is Think Juice. I'm gonna go eat some raw baked coffee beans from Dunn Brothers. That's cool. Have fun. I actually really like espresso beans that are coated in chocolate. It'd give me a heart attack. That is a yawn. Man, I think Jess's Wi-Fi crapped out again. You've never eaten a coffee, like you've never had those. They come in small packets where it's literally espresso beans that are covered in chocolate. Like I'm pretty sure it's not like a special thing. They should sell them everywhere, but oh man, they get you going and they are fantastic. They're great. Jess is just a loser, I guess. Oh my god. Well, the Lost Taco. Is this your first live stream, the Lost Taco? What's your actual name so I don't keep referring you to the Lost Taco? Because I feel like you haven't been on here before, but it's hilarious. I'm grilling sirloin with antifreeze. That's fantastic. Okay, people, it's Friday night. Let's get serious. Where's God? Yes. Yes, where is God? Luli, thanks for bringing in the conversation. So, uh, yeah, I mean, how do we start this conversation? Where's God? Who believes in God? Who believes God is a being we can have relationship with, and who is like, nope, doesn't exist. God's okay. God's in my butt. Well, I'm guessing you're not a God believing person. Lemon bleach cocktail. That's fantastic. God took a look at us in the chat and pulled a road runner on us. Well, my version of Jehovah, oh, Jehovah, okay, Jireh, is omnipresent. So what? How is that different from like a traditional Abrahamic view of God? Sorry, I dipped early. All good, man, and forgot to leave. And thanks, thanks. So thanks for running these streams. I'm glad we can find a place to talk about stuff. Yeah, man, no problem. Really appreciate your comments and your viewership and watching my videos and being a part of this live stream. It's amazing. So thank you. I really appreciate it. I'm Christian Orthodox, so yeah, I do believe. Well, that's great. Eleni, how how old are you? I want to make a guess, but I feel like I would be wrong. So I'm curious, if did you grow up Christian Orthodox, or did you adopt that belief along the way? I feel lucky that my parents are open-minded and never induced religion or whatever to me, and they both believe. Interesting. Huh. Um, so do you believe in God? Nike or Adidas? Depends on the day, but preferably Nikes. But with shoes, Adidas. Well, no, I don't know. That's a tough one. The Lost to Go. If Noah's Ark story was real, you got to think about how much shit piled on that vessel. For real. So fuck no for allowing the parasites to survive. Yeah, that's a problem. And I'm curious now. Did the parasites survive or did they come after the fact, if it's true? We don't even know what God is. Well, I don't. True. Has anyone ever seen God? There are a couple people who have claimed to, and I know some of those people personally. I have a traditional Christian faith in God via Catholic and personal study and life choices. So, but you, okay, so you also refer to it as Jehovah Jireh. So I know that typically Christians don't refer to God in that way. So where did you get that influence from? Nike. I knew, you know what, Laura? I don't know why it makes sense because you're English and you say Nike. I would have been surprised if you said Adidas. I don't know why. I've been to England 3 times and I see a lot of people repping Nike over there. Why you so off in the distance in your picture? What you running from? Okay, how do you guys feel God is present in your lives? Do you wait for subjective experience? Follow people who are religious, therefore your belief system is kind of affected by it? These are good questions. Do you think its presence is nature, therefore you enjoy spending time in nature? So wouldn't that be deism, Luli? You believe God is the world? I am 15, so yeah, I grew up in an Orthodox, but I have had ups and downs. The religion fulfills me, though I consider looking for it furthermore. Huh. Um, Eleni. Eleni. I'm pretty sure I'm still pronouncing it. It's not Eleni. It's Eleni. Eleni, yeah. I'm still looking forward to your comment because I replied to your comment on my video between faith and belief, or what's the difference between faith and belief. I'm looking forward to what you have to say back to it. Like, girl, you can see that figure even from a distance. Oh my God. Come on, where are my spammers at, dude? Oh my God. What? Yeah. No, Luli, I feel the same way right now. Who even wants to go to heaven when we all know the real party's in the basement? But that's assuming that the basement exists. And why the hell, no pun intended, would that be a party? I don't think the basement does exist, but I mean, I hear people saying this all the time. Let's go to hell. That's where the party is. Have you heard the mythologies of hell? I don't think so. But yeah, I studied the different facets of God and in the Jewish names for them. Okay, cool. What are your thoughts on this verse? For all who have sinned and fall short of the glory of God. You know, for a Christian, it's exactly what that says. For all have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. But for the everyday person, it's the same exact thing as everybody's made mistakes. Nobody's perfect. I think that's really Christianese. It's a principle that everyone can relate to. Everyone's messed up. Nobody's perfect. Um, and so all have sinned. I mean, even sin itself is an archery term. So you miss the mark. You miss the mark of being human. But for all have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. Um, it's just a really Christianese way of saying you're falling short of being a good human. Bro, just thinking about Simpsons hell makes me want to do good. There's no party down there. Yeah, I don't think there's a party down there at all. Hey, Nate, how's life? Pun not intended. Came from the search. Yeah, I remember the live stream you commented on that on. Hey, Nate, how's life? I don't know. It's all right. Oh, yes. Everything mentioned in the video, considering the Greek words definitions were correct, although I can't tell that I was the one learning. Although I can tell that I was the one learning more from the video. Well, that's cool. But it's still good to know that a Greek speaker is able to tell me that my video made coherent sense. That's good. Read Dante's Inferno. That ain't no kegger in the basement. There ain't no kegger in the basement, I'm guessing. Yeah. Dante's Inferno. I have not read that book, but I've heard a lot of people mention it. I've sinned countless times in this chat. Missed the mark of being a good human in this chat? Yeah. I was raised Christian. My father was religious and worked in the funeral business. He was often around priests. He passed away, and I've had experiences. I don't believe in God, I believe in spirit. I like that. I like that. So what do you like to you, Jackie, what's the difference between God and spirit? Are you saying you don't believe in a traditional masculine figure, ontological being that people label as God, and you just see it as like something like in Star Wars, kind of like the Force, that it's just all around us and everything? Um, is that the way you see it, or is it a bit different? I am interested in your sin definition. Me speaking is a sin. Oh man, that's troll gold right there. It's annoying, but it's troll gold, and it is hilarious. Doesn't that tell you we're not worthy enough to know what truth is? No. That why would that verse tell me that? Just because we mess up as humans doesn't mean we're not worthy to know what truth is. If we weren't worthy enough to know what truth is, then we would all still be complete idiots about the world. I mean, we have truth in our lives. Truth, and I think truth is worth. Are you talking about the ultimate truth, the absolute truth, where really I talk about it in my latest video? Well, no, I'm going to talk about it in the third part of the truth series, is that there is no really absolute truth. I speak truth and only truth, and the world can't handle the truth. Oh boy. About my name, let me remind you the Lenny with an E in the beginning. Lenny. Eleni. Yeah. Lenny. Eleni. That's how I've been saying it. Eleni. Eleni, not Eleni. Okay, Eleni. Beautiful name. Dude, for all we know, God could have a Venus flytrap for genitalia. That's ignorant, man. Yes, I believe there is something, but not how we are told it is embodied and made out to be. So would you say you're more agnostic, or you absolutely believe in that spirit, in that something? I would agree with the rationale and logic of that, even just knowing what I do growing up in the Christian faith and going to ministry school, knowing like things of a lot about theology that the Christian faith has it totally the only reason we view, or the Christians view, God as a masculine ontological being is because of Jesus. And it said, and Jesus says, if you've seen me, then you've seen the Father. So from that, we get this father figure, male masculine figure that is God. But Jesus is just one aspect in the Trinity. There's also spirit, and there's also Father, which, maybe that's just a name that was given in the cultural context of the time. But I don't know. The more that I look theologically at things that I feel like Christians ignore in the Bible, I'm like, I think that would be more along the lines of what, if God existed, what he would be. Hey man, I may troll, but I have made good points, and I have had a few good questions. That's true. And hey, I appreciate you being on here either way, man. So appreciate it. I gotta get back on the topic because I've fallen from grace in this AMA. Considering that it can and has happened where scientists have published false info, true. How would one tell the difference between truth, scientific findings, and false ones? It's true. It's true. And that's why I say truth isn't absolute. Just watch my latest series, and then, the final video will be out tomorrow, so you'll be able to wrap it all up into a coherent thought, or just at least know where I stand, and then you guys can, say what you think. Hell nah, we don't know. Wait, where'd that comment go? Hell no, we don't know shit. We act like we do, but I believe we don't. I just disagree with that. I think we do know things. I don't think we know everything, but I think we do know things. Actually, you have been saying it correct the whole time, like Eleni. Nice. All right. Eleni. Still, beautiful name. How do we know science is true? Science, see, that's the funny thing about science, is that science is actually very subjective. It's only through the scientific method that any scientific fact has become objective. Why do people disrespect others' beliefs? Because they're ignorant and they don't know any better. And it's just sad that they do. Would you rather have a good... Are you kidding me? It's such a Ben, God, I shouldn't be laughing at that, but when I read the second part, I was just like, damn it, man. Oh, God. I got to screenshot that. It's terrible, but it's funny. Science and all of its findings are creations of humanity. So true. I 100% agree with you, Lost Taco. Let's all be non-lazy agnostics. I agree, Lily. Paige, Ben Bittaker, that's the hardest question. Dude, I'm dying at that question, man. That's what I've been questioning all the time, Taco. And being a creation of humanity, any of it could be a lie. Very true. I'm a believer in spirituality, but I will never downgrade others' religions. I completely agree. I'm right there with you. Nacer, right there with you. And I respect that. And I respect everyone's beliefs, and I'd never make fun of it. I just think that's really ignorant. I never heavily practiced religion because I found the demeanor and rhetoric of the Bible, etc. Reader, I don't like how God is given, more power, respect, responsibility than others. Okay, I see that. Again, Nate, even though you said you liked labels, I still have a love and hate relationship with it. I think, you know what? The more I know what you mean by that, Luli, I agree with you. Search up sophilism, whatever. So, no, that's not a thing. Dude, I literally copied and pasted exactly what you typed, and it just comes up socialism. Okay. Greek Orthodox is the original faith until the great pick up on the Greeks. Yeah, but the Torah was written in Hebrew. So Ben's asking the real questions. Oh my God. Ben, dude, I don't know if you're still watching, Ben, but oh God. Speaking of scientists, what scientists do you have their least respect for, and what creationists do you have the least respect for? Oh, a creationist I have the least respect for is Kent Hovind. Absolute no respect for that man. That's just, yeah. It's hard to have respect for him. Let me say that. Scientists, I haven't found a scientist that I don't really have respect for. It is a fact that we can only dream about things we have only seen when we are awake. Oh, is it a fact that we can only dream about things that we have only seen when we are awake? That is a fantastic question, and I am going to do more research on that because that's a great question, Eleni. Eleni, damn it. Okay, we know some truth, but it's all for nothing when we die, unless heaven is real. Is it all for nothing? I don't think it's all for nothing because we're leaving a legacy behind for humanity after us. So, I mean, if Einstein had that same mindset that you got there going on, science would be nowhere. If there was $100 billion and a book titled How to Get $100 Billion and you could only take one, which one would it be? Oof. For the point in my life at this very moment, I would take the $100 billion. But if you would have asked me when I was like 19 or 20, I would have said, how do you get $100 billion? Dude, that's exactly what I typed in. SOLIP. Oh, I know this. The self is all that exists. Right. No, that's very anti-realism. I'm a realist. I wouldn't agree with that philosophy. I want to say no, just because then that means my sleep paralysis demon has to have been in real life, and I wasn't actually asleep, in which case, fuck that, I'm out. Well, what makes you, so I'm curious, Jackie, have you seen your sleep paralysis demon? Because I honestly feel like, because when I've gone into sleep paralysis before, just practicing lucid dreaming and things like that, I feel a heavy weight on my chest, but I don't see anything. Blind people dream. By the way, we've been at this for a while. Are you getting fatigued from sitting so long? I'm giving it like 12 more minutes because I usually do 2-hour lives. So that's what I'm doing. So how do you justify that? It's true. How do you justify that? That blind people dream. Great question. I want to look into that more. So maybe it's not that we dream about things we see. It's more of like dreaming about what we experience with different senses. You know, I'm reading these books on astral projection and Robert Monroe. I see his progression in thought and mindset that he's convinced. I'm in the second book and I have one to go, but he is convinced that all of us leave our bodies every night and experience these things that we just don't remember. I had heard that we can only dream about things we have only seen awake. Not really sure, though, because I haven't searched it up in depth. But it kind of answers what I mentioned on the past live about if blind people can dream, because if we are born blind, you can see stuff while sleeping. You can hear. Yep. Yeah, I mean, it was literally on top of me. Like, I can describe what it looked like. It wasn't cute. No, I imagine. I've seen demons in my dream. Well, demons in my dreams, and I've hallucinated of a demon walking out of my room. And so, you know, yeah, they're not pretty. They're, yeah, not cute. So I get what you're saying. But my curiosity says is the only reason that we pictured those beings in that way is because that's how we were told they would look like. And that's what we were told would happen. Taco, you sound like a snarky young version of my husband. Oh my God. Goldfish dream, but not for long. Yeah, that's because goldfish. What's the goldfish lifespan? Like, it's like not long. Oh my God. Gotta head out. Thanks for reading my comments. Both worth a shit, and some so stupid Johnny Knoxville couldn't set them. Good luck with the lost taco. I appreciate it. I'm gonna need it. But thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you next Friday. Peace, man. Dude, I'll never be stopped. Yeah, because you are a keyboard warrior, keyboard troll, which you're hilarious, but it can get annoying when you're not sensitive to some conversation that's going on. But still glad you're here. I'm not trying to be a dick, but yeah. Bro, my mom saw my grandma after her death with her coffin open, waking up quite chill and telling her, "Thank you for taking care of me." The background was full of plant. What? Was that a dream? On a connected note, it was the only time I questioned religion because I couldn't get up until I screamed God several times and then woke up. Still didn't really change things for me though. Yeah, that's what a lot of people said they've experienced. Like they'll experience that and then they'll say God or Jesus, and then they'll wake right up. Now, I don't know if that's the case because that's what we've been told, or if that's the case because it actually works. So for me, I'm pretty agnostic in that area as well. Yeah, I've heard that same thing. I'm interested in those books you are reading, Nate. I've never heard of anything like that before, but sounds really great. Okay, I'm going to go. I'll send you that voice message. Bye. Keep questioning life. I always do. You know it. And I'll send you those books too, Lily. Yeah, exactly. So, Jackie, would you say, I don't know if you already answered this question. Would you say you're more agnostic or that you absolutely believe in the spirit, that a spirit, not a being of God, but a spirit of God exists? I need to watch your video too. Yes, please watch it. Let me know what you think. My mom was born the day we Orthodox celebrate the Holy Spirit. So between the family, this is how I always explain my mom's dreams. If you want to hear, well, yeah, I love talking about dreams. I have so many crazy, insane dreams. Seeing a person you love that you've seen walking fine just months back, and it's all lifeless, and still you just experienced that once. I didn't back right away from the coffin. I don't want to see. I believe in the paranormal. I see my dad when he died. I've seen my dad when he died. Really? When did you see him? Was it like a dream or was it a out of body experience or what? Keeping the troll busy. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. It's kind of like you're babysitting right now. You're babysitting a lost taco. I connect to the conversation some of the time. Yeah, it's true. You do. You do when you want to. You do what you want. The lost taco does what he wants. He'll throw in some very interesting questions that make some good sense, and then he'll go right back to being 19. You a snowflake. My mother says she had a dream of her dad years after his death, and he said goodbye to her. Yeah, I think my mom's had the same kind of dreams. IDK, I don't know exactly how to describe it. I would say more so agnostic, but the part of me that believes in fate is where my spirituality comes from. I like it. So the part of you that believes in fate, what do you mean by that? Like you believe that there is a purpose for life, that you have a purpose for life, or do you believe that it's like more existential? Like it's like what happens in life happens in like are you a determinist? Like you don't believe in free will? Um all these good questions I need to know the answers to. I don't, but I like our conversation. Let's keep it going. What are your thoughts on spirit orbs? That's agnostic towards them. I don't know. I mean, first you have to address if the spirit is real, if the supernatural is real, and then you can talk about orbs. But if you don't believe in the spirit, if I don't believe in the spirit, why would I believe in spirit orbs? How do you babysit something that you lost? Shit, it's you got a point. What's up, Alvin? What's going on? Man, late to the game. I'm gonna get off here in like 4 minutes. He does what he wants, then he'll go back to being 19. It's true. Hey, can you argue with that? That I have a purpose, but that my purpose is pre-aligned in a way, and everything that happens is for some reason. I see what you're saying. I think I agree, but I think that where I differ in that, Jackie, is that I believe in free will. I'm curious if you do too, because I think that could what you just said could be misinterpreted, and somebody could see that as like that's a very deterministic way of thinking. It's not that I don't like I would love to think that there's a purpose for life. I would say I'm spiritually curious in those things, but I don't really know what I believe. That's kind of what my YouTube channel is about. I don't know if you watch my channel or if you just like tuned in for this live stream, but I talk about it a lot on my channel. Do questions have definitive answers, though? Depends on the question. Damn, okay, well, have a good night, brother. Yeah, you too. But be back here next Friday, because that'd be dope. Am I the only one waiting for the hurricane? What? Sitting in the rooms. Mom woke up and phoned her sister because they live far away from each other and their dad's grave is near. Sister, she answered that some people stole many grave marbles. One of them was my grandpa's. That's that's interesting. That's an interesting dream, Eleni. Eleni. Damn it. I keep saying Eleni. Eleni. Wait a minute. Eleni. Yeah, that's right. God. So what's the point of knowing the answer if you don't know um, what answer it is, or if it works, or like I don't know. I lost my train of thought. That's it's not surprising. Jason, I am a hurricane and I will rock you like a hurricane. That's great. I was washing the dishes and I seen him through the reflection behind me in the window facing. He was smiling, but the thing is uh, I've never met him when he was alive. Wow. That's really interesting. So you're pretty sure it was him that you saw in the reflection? One example, my dad passed away in March. A year and a half ago, I had a psychic reading done, and I was told I would end up being an art therapist. That's amazing. In June, I moved to Georgia from New York because it was the only place our realtor found an affordable house in a good area. It ended up being 15 minutes away from the design school I am attending now. That's pretty amazing. So, like I said, I don't know if you answered it already. God, everything. So, do you believe in free will, Jackie? Do you believe in free will? Taco is rocking his hair metal vibe. Does he have hair metal? Nah. Lost Tacos. So your name is Dorian. I'm eating pizza right now. I am very jealous. And I have the most important question in this universe. Do you eat pizza with ranch dressing? Oh, man. I got to say it's good. I have, but I don't always. And I haven't had legit pizza in like a year and a half, 2 years because of Lyme disease. Shells, you are literally coming on right as I'm about to get off. That is a bummer. I was wondering where you were. Man, I'm just waiting for Jackie to reply back because I want to know if she's an advocate of free will or a determinist. Isn't ranch like so delicious? Oh, yeah, it's amazing. I'm thinking about changing my name to Ranch Lover. Do it. I was nerding out playing D&D. Oh my God, that's amazing. That's awesome. That's a legit excuse. So it is Eleni. You have been saying it correct the whole time, bro. Oh my God. Eleni. Yeah. Not Eleni. Eleni. Like is it Eleni? It's just like Eleni. And then or Eleni. Like putting an emphasis on the le. I know I'm saying it right, but is there supposed to be emphasis there or what? I think the stream is ending soon, but I still need to go now. All right, Paige. Well, I appreciate you being here and taking part in the conversation, and I will see you next week. Not to throw a wrench, but is there any possibility that the psychic just placed a thought in the head, and when you saw that design school, you decided because of that? That is a very interesting and good point. In a way, yes, I think we have the power to make decisions, but those opportunities we question are caused by something predetermined. I think I agree with you in that, which I think you'd be a compatibilist, which says that things can be both determined and we also have free will. I guess it depends on if you think free will can be in combination with that. Yeah, that's the philosophy of compatibilism, where I'm not sure if you would completely agree with it, but I think that compatibilism with that, there are things in science and in nature that are determined. And even when you start looking at the physics of time and how time works, that time is set in motion. The future is set in place. We can't change the future. But in my head, like the future, our paths in the future look like a tree. Like it's like we're born and then it just branches out, and we can choose which path to take. But all of those paths are already set in motion. So, yeah, if that makes sense. I got here right at the end and can't hear anything. That sucks, man. Or something. Have you? Man, big kid. God, late to the game, man. I'm just about to get off. There is supposed to be an emphasis. Eleni, nice. In Greek, we even mark each word's letter that has to be stretched. So my name would be written like this. That's beautiful. I love that. That's just Eleni. I love it. That looks beautiful. I love that name. What does it mean, Eleni? That's honestly really dumb. What's honest? Okay. In the D&D frame, we are playing the D. It's completely fucking with our minds.
Eleni.
Eleni. I love it. It's amazing. I've been missing you lately. Well, you've been missed as well. And but I'm glad you're here. And you'll have to be here next Friday. I know she's not here, but you can still hear me. Oh my God. I agree with that. Sort of like if one hits a roadblock and spurs you onto another path, it was meant to happen that way. Yes. Totally agree. Jackie, I really appreciate you and the conversation we're having. I don't know if you normally watch the videos on my channel, but I would love to hear your thoughts on some of the videos I did. I'd love to hear, what you'd have to say about them. I really appreciate your perspective. I like it a lot. So, yeah, really good conversation. Appreciate that. It means light. That's amazing. Eleni, that's amazing. Light. Beautiful. So my brother goes, oh, damn it. And so my brother goes, you need to understand the difference between his truth and your character's truth. So I thought, hey, I have a video for this exact topic. So I watched your video and I spend, oh man, where I want to hear the rest of this. Of course, I'll look into them for sure. Do you have any other social media I can keep up with you on? Yes, Instagram. If you got Instagram, Nate.Alger. There it is in the chat. Hit me up on Instagram. And I share a lot more stuff on there too. And if you like music, my music, that's my pseudonym. I'm on iTunes, Spotify, streaming platforms, everything. So, yeah, that's me. Really glad you hopped on live. Jackie's smart. Too serious for me, though. She is a smart cookie, that's for sure. Like 2 hours thinking the storyline over just to come up with the conclusion. I didn't have enough information to put it all together. I was pissed. Oh my God. Shells, that is amazing. Trust me, I'm not always so serious. Jackie, I bet you I know you. I'm curious if you are the same personality type as me and another girl that's on here, Jess. If you're like an INFJ personality type, I feel like you are. So, well, guys, that wraps up live for tonight. I really appreciate all of you being here, even the Lost Taco. And guys, I do this every Friday night, so be sure to hit me up on Friday nights and become a part of the conversation. Love these chats, love laughing, love joking around, and love the philosophical inquiries. Finishing up my series on the philosophy of truth. So if you haven't watched it, go check it out. And lots more vlogs coming. So if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. And I will see you all later. Peace out.